These days, you've got to be very careful what you say. And I went down to the local thoroughfare where there was Santa's grotto and a very attractive lady dressed as an elf. So I went over to her and I said, it must be very fulfilling when this Christmas extravaganza reaches its climax and you can go into the back room and help Santa to empty his sack. And she said, filthy beast, and walked off. I mean, what did I say wrong? I just don't understand it. And of course, also, there was much talk about Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, but little is said about Randolph, the brown-nosed reindeer that is behind Rudolph and has problems with stopping. Good evening, and welcome to another exciting show.
Hey, doesn't like it.
We've got Maureen and Dawn, and Lalu and I can't remember the other name. Lalu and Cass.
Cass.
She's in the back room.
Lalu and Tuku.
Okay. And we got Chris the gardener. And a giant ostrich. Hang on, he's gone. And a giant ostrich has cracked on his head, I think. Where's he gone? Well, he did have Chris the gardener here, but he lost him. So, there we go. So, are you all having a happy Christmas? I do hope so. And an exciting day. And we've all got our glasses of, this wine's a bit, it's a little bit weak, I think this is. It's water. Anyway, got an exciting show, and tonight I'll be reading the cards. I've got one from Prince Charles, and another one from someone else. Oh yeah, well, no, it's not Prince Charles. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. But first of all, I'd like to thank Sue for kindly buying me some coffee.
Having
Sorry.
Oh, what have we got here? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, what I was going to say is I was a little bit low at the time, and thanks, Sue, you sent them through at just the right time. Really much appreciated. And I actually spelt your name wrong. I spelt it Sue, not S-U-Z. Am I forgiven? I'm ever so sorry. But thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Much appreciated. And Chris has come back again. Hello, Chris. Just saying.
Hello, mate.
A giant ostrich just crapped on your head and has left that great big pile of...
Look, I'll do it for the... Look.
Oh, he's got the Grinch.
Christmas Grinch hat. And that's as
nice,
festive as my... Oh, and I've got Christmas socks on, but that's it.
That's it. Really, I actually did my Christmas change of underwear, my yearly change, and
I'm pleased.
I had to put the white suits in, the bloody
lovely.
You got to change your underwear once.
Christmas dinner yet? That's something to think of when you eat your Christmas dinner.
Yes. Well,
everybody have a nice Christmas dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, cooked by my brother. Pretty good, actually.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But we got a lot in chat tonight.
Let's say Merry Christmas to everyone, Chris. Have we done
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah,
Chris. And now we got, and let's hope that next year it's a year full of peace, love, and sort of, shall we say, inner peace and happiness. I think
exactly that, mate. I think whatever next year brings for the world, it can still be a good year for us. It doesn't have to be a bad year. So,
you're right. You're very right. And I think that let's hope that our frequency that we're putting out heals and calms others. Because it's the frequency that we put out. But I think sometimes, if someone is against you or someone is nasty to you, it's their frequency is out of sync.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
what we do affects others. Yeah.
Yes.
What we do affects others, doesn't it? So, we can help just by being good versions of ourselves.
Yes, why not? I'll drink to that as well. My H2O.
Yeah, I've got a nice cup of char.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Now we've got today. We've got Michael Nicoli. Good day, Chris and Robert. Well, Robert's not on yet. We sent him an invitation. Wishing you and your families a very Merry Christmas from the land down under. under AU, that's Australia. Find your shows to be quite intellectually stimulating. That's very kind. And I rewatch all since Robert debuted. Oh, that's very, very kind.
Yeah.
And he's gone on to say, due to time zones, haven't been able to wake up in time for the live shows. So good morning, do you? I hope you had a good Christmas because you're next day, aren't you?
Yeah,
I played back all your
one.
shows and I've been following since, as I say, yes, Robert came on. Didn't know chat is open for pre-show messaging. Yes, it is. Yes, yes.
Splendid.
And that's very, very kind.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Yes, likewise. So we've got Michael
Same to
here.
you,
We've got here. We've got Carolyn Murphy. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Carolyn.
And we've got somebody lives a million miles from you. Good evening. All hope everyone is well and not letting Santa get his claws. Oh, the claws.
Merry Christmas, Louise.
I haven't got a chimney. Oh well, you know. I won't tell the Santa Claus joke because it's too filthy.
No,
What do
you
you
need
think?
to curtail
A chance
your
it-
jokes tonight, Chris. We
I
don't
mean,
want
it's
people
a
switching off.
bloody smutty one. Isn't it? Oh, where's he gone? Do you remember the smutty gag? Santa Claus comes down a chimney and there's a woman there in a see-through negligee and she says, "Won't you stand? Stay a little while, Santa." And he says, "Well, I can't. I've got to deliver all these presents." "Well, just have a mince pie, will you?" "Well, all right, then I'll have a mince pie." She has a mince pie. And he says, "Well, I better stay for a while." He says, "I can't get back up the chimney." But anyway, that's a terrible joke, isn't it?
It's awful, Chris. It's, awful,
It's disgusting.
It's nothing less than we expect. Nothing less.
You just
Now-
get
No, it's just him. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting, isn't it?
Mate, what
I
are
wouldn't
we?
allow such smart, you know.
Chris,
Yeah?
6 minutes in and you've dropped the tone already, mate.
That's
That's how long it took tonight. 6 minutes. I think Maureen's a bad influence on you.
She
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yes, I concur.
Yes.
I
She's
do.
a bad influence.
We've got Mark Anthony. Good evening, Chris and everyone. The chat,
Evening,
Merry
Mark.
Christmas. We've got
Merry
Baby with
Christmas,
a
mate.
laser. Happy
Baby
Christmas.
with a laser. Happy Christmas.
Now that's an interesting thought. It Baby with a laser.
That buzzes me every time I see it, mate. Hello, Ralph.
And then we've got Yuletide greetings.
I'll
Yes.
put it on Trusika so that everybody can join in. I'll put it
Right.
on our Facebook.
Right. Oh, thank you. And then we've got good evening, Chris and everyone in chat. That's Mark Anthony again. We've got Aunt Sally. Hello,
Hello,
happy
Aunt
Christmas,
Sally.
everyone.
Happy Christmas.
And we've got Louise. We've got good vibrations. The world is changing.
I think so.
Right. Or it could be that I've got a dodgy 1980s stereo. That could be another reason of getting the funny vibrations. And then it says, "Hiya, people. This is
Hey, Nathan.
Matthias. Merry Saturnalia. Christmas. Christmas. Yes, because
Yeah.
it is Saturnalia.
You can talk about
And if Wayne comes on later, he was saying it's nothing to do with Satan, which I thought it was. So there we go.
Different
So,
trains of thought, aren't there, on that, Chris?
I'll put it on you, John.
Would you like to hear my Christmas cards? That I've been
Yes,
sent to me?
please.
I mean, this is very, you know, I mean, these no expense spared. So, what would you want to hear? Do you want to hear Charlie Boy's one?
Yes, please.
Let's
Oh, look at that
see what
card.
the king has to
Which one's
say.
that? The Charlie Boy one. Oh,
This is see.
This could be
If
the
you believe
alternative
it's sent
to
from
the
him,
king's speech here, Chris.
well, that's it. I mean, if you believe it's sent from him, I've got
I'm going
you
to
might
be
be property for sale on the Norfolk coast, right on the edge of the coast, where the garden gets smaller as the tide comes in.
Yeah.
Right, it says one Eric von Essex. One who feels that one is taking the piss, doesn't one? So I'm off now to give Kamala one. So there we go.
What? I'm off now to
Yeah,
give
see?
Camilla one.
Yeah.
Eric Von Essex. One feels that one is taking the
You're
piss.
Right, here we are. But then we got, so that's Charlie Boy's one, you see. And then we've got this one from Fred the Spider Plant. See, Fred.
Oh,
Oh, that's
So
a
you've got
lovely
Fred the
card
Spider
from
Plant.
Fred.
I know, it's good of him, isn't it?
It is
And he
good.
says here, Christmas is here and times are hard. Here's your bleeding Christmas card. Yes.
I like it.
You tight-fisted git. Haven't you ever heard of plant food? Here it is, you see.
Excellent.
Oh.
Kind message from Fred there.
That's Fred the spider plant. Here he is.
Yeah.
If you believe it was from him, well...
Again, mate, we're down to the same fundamental conversation that we have here, aren't we? That again, it's your spare time and your creativity. I really think you should open some kind of online site, Chris, where you can just like perhaps instead of architecture, you should go into advertising, mate.
Oh, really? No,
Oh no, I'm not like no. I like to tell the truth. I'm not like
Well, that's true. It's advertising isn't a very sort of like honourable profession, is it?
The thing is that with Christmas cards, you think, well, I was in an office once where I got a card from someone called the. And I thought, who the hell's the? And I thought, that's all it said, just went bleh. I thought, who the bloody hell's that? And other people were a bit puzzled. Who the bloody hell's bleh? And it's just a B and sort of line that's run across the page. And it was a mystery who this blur was until I went to the Kazi one day. I went past the secretary place, and there she was doing cards for her relatives, and she just went blur. Just
I haven't sent any Christmas cards.
I know.
Not one.
I know.
No, I haven't sent any.
Just the two to yourself.
Well, no, I just got one from Charlie Boy and one from Fred the Spider Plant.
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
No, it's not, mate. It's endearing. It's endearing. It really is. It makes me laugh, mate. Years ago, and I do mean years ago, me and my oft-mentioned friend Chris, who I've been knocking around with for 25 years, we had a house together that we shared with another little chap called Dan, and the previous occupants had died and the house had been sold, but every year at Christmas we got a letter and a card from a couple called Les and Betty with addressed to the people who'd lived there previously, who are obviously dead. And we had this conflict of interest every year, whether we should write to them back and explain to them that the couple were dead, or whether we should just say nothing and let them keep sending the card. And we went for the latter, and we lived there 4 years. And every year we got the card and the letter to tell us what they'd been up to that year. And we used to pop the card on the mantelpiece with the few others that we had. And oh look, card from Les and Betty again, tremendous. And on the mantelpiece it would go. We never had the guts to write them back and tell them that they were dead. So they're probably still sending cards now, mate.
Yeah. Mind you, did they put because people don't put their address, do they? On
they did, mate. This is it. This is the thing. Their address was on there. We could have written them back, but we were just chickened it out every year. We were just like, can't do it. Like. I mean, they obviously thought they were both still alive, and they were both long gone. So it was, no. Well, just went with it, mate.
I do send one card out, and that is to my a chap that my father helped when he became an apprentice, when he left work, and my dad was a manager in a typewriter firm and got him on, and he'd never forgot how my dad had helped him, and every year he sent a Christmas card. When my dad died, he still carried on sending a Christmas card, and I told him my dad died, so he sends a Christmas card to me now.
That's lovely, though, Chris.
And he must be in his 90s, this fella.
That's lovely. That's nice. I like little things like that, mate. I think that's my mum's friend Sandra. I mean, bless her. I've known her since I was 6 years old. They live down the same street as us, and every year on my birthday and on Christmas, I get a card from her, but it's a card that she's made. And mate, it buzzes me every time I get one. And I always tell my mum to make sure she thanks her for it, because I never send her one back, mate. But it's just lovely that she does it every year still. And that's Chris. Well, we're talking about Christmas. Sorry, Maureen, I'm hogging the mic here. But
It's all right.
That is the spirit of a gift. A gift, something you give to somebody, it's unconditional. If you expect something back, it becomes a contract, not a gift.
Yeah.
And that's what Christmas should be about. You know, over the years, I've given presents to people and not got presents back. And you know, I get presents from people that I don't buy back for. But that isn't what a gift should be. A gift should be something you give without any form of stake in the outcome. You know, it's not a contract, it's a gift. You give something to somebody, then it should be exactly that, just a gift, not something that is. Anyway, there's my little spurt over. Oh, who we got?
Hello. Hello, Maureen. Chris, and well, both Chris's. You're right.
Well. Yes. We've all got funny hats tonight. It's a bit like, you know, the difference between a lady of the night and John Wayne. Do you know the difference? Anybody in the audience?
Put me hat back on.
A lady of the night and John Wayne.
No, what?
You've lost me, Chris.
Right. Do you know the difference?
Love it.
Oh, that's totally suits you, Maureen.
I know.
It's a bit small, though.
The difference between a lady of the night and John Wayne is John Wayne was very proud of his large prairie hat.
Yeah.
He's waiting. Look.
Think about it.
You know,
I'm trying. I'm trying, Chris. I'm trying.
John Wayne wore a large prairie hat.
Yeah.
Oh, surely someone must get it.
Mate.
You lost us all on that one, Chris.
There's 4 of us here.
I'm
mate,
sure someone. I'm sure someone.
Get it.
The difference between a lady of the night, a prostitute, and John Wayne.
Is that a chihuahua?
John Wayne
It's a
had a
Chihuahua
large
Jack
prairie
Russell.
hat.
Oh, what have you done, Maureen?
Jackawawa.
Oh my God.
Honestly, Chris, I mean, it might be because I'm tired. It might be because maybe I started a little bit early today than I normally would. But honestly, dude, you've lost me. Anyone?
Well, I think Aunt Sally's
Hairy
told
twat.
me up there.
Hairy twat. Right.
He had a
Yeah,
large
do it.
prairie hat.
That's no way to talk about Nathan Lucas.
Isn't it?
I have been called worse.
Merry Christmas, Nathan.
Merry Christmas to you too, Chris. I love the hat. It looks very Russian-esque.
Mate, it looks ridiculous on the screen. I didn't realise how stupid it looked, but I'm committed now, mate. So who cares? Like, you know.
I love it.
Yeah, why not?
It's just, I'm still getting a card from someone who lived at my
That's
address
brilliant,
33
Paul.
years ago.
Love it.
Can we beat that? Has anyone
I don't
else
think we
got
can.
a card that keeps coming back like it's a horrible smell?
Can you move the camera, please?
Yeah.
No, you're in.
I don't want to be in.
You are in.
How was
not
your
shy,
day,
Dawn.
Nathan? Nathan,
Yeah.
how was your day before you joined this carnage?
I said it again.
Cameras off screen.
How was your day before you joined this carnage tonight?
It's actually been all right, actually.
Good.
It's been quite pleasant.
Excellent.
So yeah, you know, you're talking about Christmas cards there. I did a little experiment this year just to test people's reactions. So I got a box of 25 Christmas cards, and I thought I'm going to keep these wherever I go. I'm going to carry them with me. Can you hear me all right?
Spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're listening.
Right. So I took them everywhere that I went. So I've been all over the place in the Northeast, right? And I thought, if somebody's nice to me, if somebody's decent, or if somebody just needs a smile or something like that, I'm just going to make them a card there and then. And I did. And do you know what? 25 cards later, the reactions have been quite positive, actually.
Oh, that's beautiful, Nathan.
How was that for Christmas spirit?
That's fantastic, mate.
I think
love
we lost
that.
his. It's all frozen.
Who
Can you
has?
repeat that? Their actions have been. And then we didn't hear any more. What was it?
Make a cup of tea.
She's making
I'm
Kaz a
just
cup of
making
tea.
Kaz a cup of tea.
Right.
Hey,
So
Maureen,
what
where's
was
the
the
cats?
reactions like?
What?
Where's the cats?
Nathan,
I've got cats, but these are Kaz's dogs. So
Oh,
I've got Kaz here.
they're not real
Nathan.
dogs.
what was the reactions? We're all on our edge of our seats because it went wrong when you just said the reactions were.
Oh, and it went right. Okay, no, they were quite positive actually.
That was great.
So they put a lot of smiles on people's faces.
That's brilliant, mate. Spot
Say
on.
again.
That's
Well,
brilliant.
It was just something new, something different. Do you know the first card I gave out was to a bus driver?
So can I ask, did you do this to strangers then, Nathan?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, All of them. All of them strangers. Well,
Lovely.
I mean, some people that I've seen around, but yeah. It was all right.
That's
Quite enjoyed doing it.
fantastic, mate. I think that's potentially the most important message that we're going to hear on here tonight, mate. I think.
Oh, bloody hell, that's dismal.
Seriously, dude. I think that's amazing. I think that's a lovely thing to do. I think like that is what humanity should be.
Yeah.
There could be a few steps better than that, but
mate, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect, my friend.
Can I just say, I mean, I hate Christmas, right? I hate Christmas, but I do volunteer at a steam train centre charity called Tanfield. I do volunteer, and I am an elf for Santa, and I'll be doing the mince pie special tomorrow behind the cafe. So I do volunteer, so I'll be doing tomorrow and New Year's Eve.
Good for you.
Even though I hate Christmas, I do me bit, if you like.
But you know what? That isn't that all it takes is all of us just to do a little bit of our bit.
Yeah.
And the world's a better place instantly, isn't it? You know.
Right. But by the way, don't say anything. But Maureen, your daughter, her face has changed.
She's a shape-shifting reptilian, Chris.
She's making Kaz a cup of tea.
Oh, I see.
You scared her off, Chris.
But we've got one of our truth seekers coming, Dave Cole.
He should be.
And
Oh,
he
hello,
should
Dave.
be coming any minute. So
Be fun.
he's a very good poet and songwriter. And he does he's done presentations for Nathan's project.
Yes, it's very good. It was a very good presentation.
Yeah.
Excellent. But
In fact, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
tell you what, I don't know about you, but when I remember the old days when my family, we used to all gather around the fire and then sit back for a traditional argument. I mean, do you?
Oh, that's Dave's poem.
Hello.
That's Dave's book.
That's Dave's poems. Which is
That
Book of poetry.
got Dave's poems.
Don't plug my.
Yeah, but don't you miss that where we? Oh, hang on.
One's at January. That's poetry.
We're very poetic round here, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you remember those days you'd sit around, have a lovely, not a lovely, but a traditional family argument? You know,
Still do.
Every Christmas.
you know,
Oh yes.
this pie flying through the air. Here's your blatant food.
Well, actually, the conversation that's come up today, we think we've figured out the reason for this. So
What's that?
apparently, a lot of it turns political on Christmas, and then it causes division.
Yeah.
So we're thinking it's the Queen's speech now the King's speech.
I've heard Mercury's in retrograde,
It is.
so that's causing communication problems.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, it's going to stay there till early January. So
then
possibly
what?
stay out of people's way.
And then, do things improve at that point?
It should. I hope.
Well, good. Things are a bit tight at the minute, so.
Yeah. Is it right that Venus is up Uranus at the moment? So did I say anything rude or wrong? I don't know. I mean, people are getting the wrong end of the stick. I
Wonder
So
why.
you're a Taurus. You're a Taurus, Eric von Essex.
Eric von
what?
Dresden.
I'm
You're a
Taurus.
Taurus, aren't you?
Full of bullshit.
You're May the 4th, aren't you?
That's right. May the 4th be
May the
with you.
4th be with you.
And what you, Nathan? Pete?
Have a guess.
Cancer.
No.
No.
Way off. Way
Fire
off.
sign. I bet you're a fire
Leo.
sign.
Nope.
Oh dear.
This is going terribly for you.
It is, isn't it?
Aquarius.
Nope.
Oh dear
He'd be a
Lord.
fire sign. I bet he's a fire sign.
Leo. Well, I said Leo.
Oh, you almost had it there. It's definitely not a fire sign.
Leo.
Nearly had it.
Taurus. Oh, you said Taurus.
I said
Libra.
Taurus. I said Cancer. I said Leo. Sagittarius.
Libra.
Oh, he's a Libra.
At this point, we're going to go around the whole zodiac.
Oh, I'm a Gemini. What are you, Chris the Gardener?
I'm Joe. I'm going to have to make you guess now after your sterling effort with Nathan. So come on, what have you got?
What do I think you are? Pisces.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
No way.
Chris the Gardener. What's Chris the Gardener?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
This is genius. I'm loving this.
Aries.
I'll put you out of your misery. I'm the same as you, mate.
Herpes.
Who?
You,
Well,
mate.
mine.
I'm a Gemini.
He's a
Gemini.
Gemini.
Oh, he's a Gemini.
Geminis are the best, aren't they, Chris?
Well, that's because there's two of you, and you've got to
It can
split
be-
the rest out.
yeah.
Double
It could be
bubble.
tricky
What-
having two people
What
living
date?
inside
What date are you? I'm June the 9th.
15th.
15th. Gemini. I'm a Gemini, but my moon's in Scorpio.
Right, hang on a minute. We got
You gotta
Aunt
buy-
Sally is a Scorpio.
Ah.
Stephen
Stephen.
Trusiger is an
Well,
Aquarius.
Stephen Trusiger is in our group. Hi, Stephen.
Is he?
Yes, he's
Is
in
he?
our
And he's an
Yes.
Aquarius. Well, there
See,
we
yes,
go.
Stephen.
Who met him?
We haven't met you, Stephen, have we? He's in the
Isn't he?
group.
No.
Yes. Are you in our group, Stephen?
Are you there? Are you receiving it? Sapphire 2201. Whatever happened to Yorkshire Deb, she's going to hopefully be back in the new year. She's got a lot of sorting out after the bereavement of her
Where's
father.
John Hamer?
He's coming back, hopefully, kicking and screaming. You are going to drag him back, you know.
Ah.
But and now we got Stephen Truthseeker saying group
Group,
There
question.
you go.
Yeah, Trusiger's Northeast, Stephen.
I think it might be a different one.
No, it's not. It's him.
How do you know?
I know it is.
She said.
And Mark Anthony says
Leo.
I'm a Leo. Leo the lion.
I bet Mark Anthony's got lovely hair. Leo's got
Like mine.
lovely hair, haven't you?
He's already taken with Cleopatra, though.
And he says here, Mark Anthony said earlier, he said it wouldn't be Christmas without a good row. That's right.
That's an English Christmas tradition.
That's right.
Mercury's in retrograde, then Saturn is in Aquarius in January. So what does that mean? Saturn's in Aquarius. What does that mean?
I know.
I haven't got a clue. I don't understand any of it, to be fair. I'm not saying it's not right, but I don't understand it. It's
Right. There it is.
There is.
I'm on your
I'm
Facebook.
on your, yes, I knew you were.
That's it. That's where
Yes.
he came
Stephen's
from.
my friend on Facebook.
But when you think
Hi,
about it, I mean,
Stephen.
Eric Fun Christmas. Sorry, how slow is that? I've just realised his name.
when you think about it, I think that Christmas is
I need to
the
change your name,
loneliest time of the year because you think about it. It's all very family orientated, but there's two reasons. Did you know that divorce lawyers, it's their time when they make money on January the 2nd?
Yeah.
There's so many people that don't, they sort of, when you think about it, all year round, the partners are going out to work and they're doing things, and then suddenly at Christmas, they're all together.
more people kill themselves in January, Chris, than any other month.
Oh dear.
That's because it's a bloody dismal.
Do you think it's the debt?
The credit card.
I think it's a
chronic
culmination of things, isn't it? I think it's the shit weather, it's the short days, it's the sort of the drop after Christmas. You know, everybody's had the hype of Christmas, and then some people have obviously had a really shitty time at Christmas, and yeah, I think January probably hits home, doesn't it?
But
Yeah.
I mean, Caroline Murphy said, "Yep, I'm alone this Christmas. As can't celebrate because I'm at work tomorrow." I'm sorry, but mind you, I'm alone at Christmas. But you see, there's a difference between being lonely and alone. There's two different things, and sometimes you can be lonely with a partner, because if you go with somebody that you don't really get on very well, and you're stuck with them all week. It's like when you go on holiday with relatives. When I was a kid on holiday with relatives, it always ended up in an argument because. And over Christmas, I remember my dad used to get into a political argument with my uncle. We used to wind him up. So
Did you make that? I did.
And I think that is the thing. It's Christmas is the holiday. It is more of a thing with sort of like, I don't know. It's strange. It's people get very frustrated because the weather's usually crap, so you can't get out. You're all stuck in together, eating too much, and sort of, you know. I actually think the best holiday is Easter because you've got the summer to look forward to.
Yeah, I love summer.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate the winter.
Stephen Truthseeker says, "I'm alone."
No.
We're not alone.
You're not. You're with us, Stephen.
Where do you live, Stephen? You can come round here.
That's it.
Why not?
Hey, I'll vouch for that, Maureen. You're a very good host.
Yes.
Well,
You're-
yeah, you've stayed at my house, haven't you, Nathan?
Many times. Yeah, you're a very good host. So,
and I
there you
think
go.
that you're not alone if you're alone. I mean, I didn't speak to a soul all day.
Oh, you
but
lucky.
No, I'm lucky soul, you know. But when you
Yeah.
think about it, there is advantages to being alone. It sounds very selfish. Like tomorrow, they say it's going to be a really nice day throughout England. I don't know about Scotland, but in England, it's going to be quite nice. And I'll probably be out on my push bike, you know, way cycling along, you know. And I mean, if I had a big
I'll be at
family,
Tanfield.
you'll be at 10. What,
I'll be at
where
the
do
steam train,
you- do you,
Being an elf.
the steam railway. You know what I was telling you about.
is it a privately run steam railway or is
It's a
that,
charity, yeah. It's all run by volunteers. They're all volunteers. It's fab.
have they got many steam engines?
Yeah, they've got about 3 or 4.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, they do like the Santa Express. So I'm an elf when it's the Santa time, and then I'm in the cafe when it's the mince pie special.
Yes, actually, it says here, Stephen Truth says, I'm
Oh.
used to it. I've just got used to it, really. To me, it's just Christmas, you know. I just
Yeah. Well, I live
there's
on
a-
my own, but I've got a lodger at the minute, haven't I, Tony?
Well,
Well, you've got a few
Got
there.
a lodger. She's got repairs getting done at her house.
yeah. So you got Dawn with you, have you?
Yeah, just for just
nice.
during the night.
Just nice.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
just
okay.
sleeping over, but she's busy having work done.
Oh well, you know. But now I've always hang on, what's this? I've always wanted to be a gnome. Well, do you work for the gnome office?
Well, you can be an elf if you want to volunteer at Tanfield. You can be
I
an
think
elf.
it's because he wants to be gnome alone.
Oh.
I haven't even had a drink today. I've got no excuses.
No, but it's a funny thing because I think next week will be because I haven't told Nathan yet that he's on next week, so it's going to be a bit of a shock to him when I tell him.
Well, all right, okay.
That's
And,
New Year's. Is that New Year's Day?
Yeah.
New Year's
Oh,
Day,
right.
that's right.
So, yeah.
And we'll be talking about, I believe, frequency and vibrations, frequencies and things.
Yeah, okay, that'll be
How you can, because some people, as I was saying earlier, can walk into a room and they'll light it up, and other people walk into a room like an MP, you know, and they'll just, it goes dark, you know. I think, oh, God, oh.
Is
And
that why the lights go off?
that's where the bloody lights go off. Yeah, but it's funny that where people give out a frequency. Have you noticed that? You know.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, we can. Yeah, well, I'm saving that bit until the show.
That's right. So it's going to be quite an exciting show next week, and the week after we got Ben coming on,
Oh, it's
And,
Ben coming on tonight.
Is it Cassie?
and we'll be talking about UFO.
Yeah, Ben's done. Ben stayed at my house.
An expert, wasn't he?
Blimey, really?
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
People might read this the wrong way, Maureen.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do it, just a bit.
No, they've come to do talks for truth seekers, so they've stayed.
Right.
And sometimes she keeps the handcuffs on a little bit extra so they stay a bit longer.
I'm
Yeah.
tempted. Is John Hamer not coming on tonight?
He hasn't mentioned anything. He sent me a Merry Christmas earlier, and I still haven't got around to texting him back. Oops.
Really? Because actually, John and I, we've been really busy, but we haven't contacted each other. Nothing personal. It's just we
He
get like
sent
that.
me a text today.
I'm going to send him a message, and he'll be on because next year, obviously, I've got to migrate to another channel. Another one is DTube, as somebody's mentioned, which is supposed to be very good. But at the moment, I'm looking at Odyssey. I did say Rumble, but Odyssey might be the place I might make to. So we'll see. But I know I can't keep on YouTube. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous, all this censorship. It really is.
Your
And
days
there's
are numbered anyway, mate.
They are. And also, I haven't said too much. There are plans ahead that might involve a radio show, but we never know. So we see how we go on that one. It won't say any more than that.
Johnny Him was on Truth Seekers on the 17th of January.
What's this?
Johnny Him is doing a talk at Truth Seekers on the 17th of January.
17th. And where is the Truth Seekers?
Walkerville, Newcastle.
Yeah.
And he's going to be talking about John F. Kennedy.
Oh,
JFK.
that's good.
JFK assassination.
Yes.
No.
Yes. But you did mention the place, but I didn't quite catch it. Where is it? You see? Oh, yeah, I've got
Walkerville, Newcastle.
Community centre.
Walking.
Walkerville.
Oh, Walkerville. Sorry, Walkerville. I've got it in Newcastle. Ah, that sounds interesting. Do you film it and put it on BitChute?
Yes, on Rumble.
Oh, you're on Rumble. So what's your
Yeah.
Rumble station? Because I can't put links on here because YouTube won't allow
I'll
me.
take the Rumble channel for you. 2 secs. I'll type it in.
If you put it in the chat,
I'll put it in the chat.
there it is.
That's-
Yeah, I wouldn't shove it in a private chat because I want to be able to see it.
There you go. You got it?
No.
Yeah, it's in
I got
the
it.
StreamYard chat. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Now, hang on. I'm going to copy and paste it into chat. Copy
All right.
and here we go. And it is paste. And that's it. It's coming into chat now. Yeah. So Mew Waters Rumble. Do you
Yeah.
find it easy to go on there? I mean, I do load up my videos on there, but going live is a bit more complicated. It's very
I've got
complicated.
YouTube as well, but I got banned twice, so I'm careful
Whoa.
because I'll lose the channel if I get
Well,
another one.
My probation period is up today. So providing this show, there's nothing goes wrong with this show. We'll see tomorrow whether I can see links or whether I'm released, because they give you a 3 months probation period. And it was from a show I did 3 months ago that they got this 3 month probation period. And there's actual people doing on videos on YouTube saying how they're going to leave YouTube because they're getting fed up with being banned. And people are saying innocent things and their analytic things or whatever it is are picking up different words. And I think that's the problem with me, that they're picking up my accent and getting things out of context. I really do believe that. Because, you know, it's...
No, I was going to say there. Sorry, isn't it funny how you can get some YouTubers who they can go on there, have a massive audience, and say whatever they like, and they never get removed or warnings or anything like that. And then smaller channels, they make one step out of order, and that's it. The world comes crashing down on them.
Nathan, don't you find? Sorry, Chris. With
okay.
with the bigger channels, don't you find though they never tell you anything original? Everything they say is regurgitated from somewhere else. Whereas you look at a smaller channel, I mean, you know, we've spoken about things on here before, like Royal Rife and things like that. You know, they're the sort of things that you won't hear on the bigger ones. I won't mention any names, but there's one that's got about 6 million subscribers, and he's had a little bit of scandal recently. And but he's still, you know, he still gets his content out, and I think a lot of them, it's like anything, isn't it? They try and control every aspect of everything. So they're trying to dip their toe in the water and, you know, put these people there to try and corral people. And that's what happens largely. You know, he's got a massive following. People think he's something special. He's not. And there are lots of others like him out there. And because they're prepared to only go as far as they're told to go, I think they get away with it. Whereas I think they recognise with little channels like this one, there aren't any limits, and there's nobody controlling what's being said. And I think that's why they'll wipe these ones. I think the others will go eventually as well, mate. Because
this is the thing
out there in the end.
Yeah.
But I think
the thing is, if they keep censoring people like this, there's going to be nobody left to tune into. So all they're doing is wiping themselves out commercially, if you think about it. Because if they
But
wipe
they'll
too many
still-
off, I mean, I pay for YouTube Premium. I'm not going to do that if I can't access the content that I want to watch. I'll just,
So,
I think they're in trouble.
you pay for premium, so you don't get adverts. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
tell you. I know it's like taking a deal with the devil, but I'd rather pay to avoid that because I know that the damage that adverts can do to the psyche. I mean, the messages that go in there, and you're hammered constantly. I don't want to tune into any video. This is why I stopped watching mainstream TV. Well, one of the main reasons, apart from the fact that it's crap. But I don't want to watch 27 adverts every hour. I don't want to do that.
No, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
And it's an open gateway to your mind. That there's very
is.
clever people that have studied methods of psychology and frequencies and all the rest of it in order to get in there and basically do you a load of damage to sell your stuff, and then they turn around and say that we're being too materialistic because we're buying the stuff that they're constantly trying to sell us.
Spot on.
Conflict of interest, maybe. So
Absolutely spot on there. And also, they say that the subliminal strip is outlawed. I'm not sure it is.
No, I don't think it is.
That you don't know. I mean, when you look at Lady Gaga and you look at her videos, and it's flash, 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 and your conscious can't take it in. I don't say I sit down and watch Lady Gaga videos, but
whatever.
He's a Madonna fan, isn't he?
Secrets out.
It's not the real Madonna, is it?
Madonna.
And so I'm gonna cut out in a minute because I want to go and eat some chocolate and stuff. But anyway, just before I go, has anybody noticed the skies the last couple of days?
Yeah.
The rainbows. Well, not rainbows. It looks like an oil slick.
It's supposed to be something to do with the Northern Lights, isn't it?
It's funny because if it's Northern Lights, why is it coming out the arse end of an aeroplane?
No.
And you can see it. And I tell you what, Chris, I'll send you some images.
Yeah.
When I go downstairs, I'll send you some images that I took yesterday. You tell me what you see, because to me it looks like a portal. I'm not saying it is. But it looks like you've got a blue sky. You've got this rainbow pattern that's there, and then it looks like another blue sky behind the blue sky. It's bizarre.
Really?
It's mesmerizing.
At our neck of the woods, Chris and I, it's been thick cloud, and excuse my language, pissing down with rain.
Yeah, it's been raining today.
I've rained for a couple of days.
Yeah. And we got here. Hang on, we got some messages here, and it's got here. Over
We've had a lot of pink. Yeah.
The sky was pink. Yes, that's interesting. And
we've had a lot of pink.
Stephen Truthseeker says YouTube, whenever it out, has worked again. Yes. I won't read the rest of it out for obvious reasons. Now that's interesting. Now we got here. Hello, we got Deb. Hello. Good evening. Just a quick pop in to wish you all a happy Yuletide from here in rainy Leeds. It's raining down here as well, I think. Much love to you all. That's very kind, and look forward to seeing you back. I think it's about once a month or something you're coming back, but thanks. I hope so. I hope to get you back soon, and I hope you're feeling a lot better. And let's hope that next year is going to be the best year ever, and it's going to improve from next year onwards. So thanks, Deb. And I can't see Chris dancing to Madonna. No, I don't
see.
No, he says he can, mate.
It's dancing to Madonna.
But no,
like a virgin.
Oh yes, the virgin.
He's off.
Banging dancing.
What charming music for children to sing to. I don't think. But no, it's a strange thing though that I've noticed that. I mean, I've got these water tubs, and I've got an overflow that goes into a bucket, and the bucket that's got it's like detergent on the top of the water.
All right,
it's really weird. And I assume it might be from whatever it is that's coming out of planes at the top. But it's just like if you squirt detergent on water, there's like a film or an oil.
Yeah.
But I've got one of these water testers, and I've now managed. Now, this is one of the most polluted areas in the country. When I say polluted, it's limescale down here, and I think we've got Wayne coming on any moment now, and it's 340 parts per million, and that is pretty high. It's gone down recently to about 295.
We were just talking
what I
about
do,
the water.
a zero water filter would only last 3 weeks here, and be happy. So, and they're 20 quid each, which is a bit expensive, but I've managed to make it last because I'm a tight-fisted git. It's 7 weeks so far, and the way I do it is I decant the water from the tap into a jar, leave the jar overnight, then decant it into a Brita water filter, and then from the Brita into a zero water filter, because Britas are cheap.
We've got a zero one.
You've got a zero as well.
Yeah, but
That's what, yeah.
yeah.
How long does yours last?
Not long. No.
Well, it lasts more than a month, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you just get lazy, don't you? But I thought, well, why don't we start writing to the water companies and say to them, what's in the water? You know, we're supposed to be paying for water. Why is there other chemicals in there? And billing them for the fact that we're having to pay money to take the stuff out.
Well, I mean, the water around here, I think, would taste like it's been passed by the local council.
Mm.
Sorry,
But it's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's all been passed. Anyway, let's introduce Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
Hello, Wayne.
Hello,
Are
Wayne.
you there?
Evening, Wayne.
We can see you, but we can't hear you. No, he's looking. He looks a bit like Phil Collins, doesn't he, at the moment? Hello, Wayne.
Yeah,
or is that Phil
I
Collins?
might end up having to phone you here because I've only got.
You've only got what?
And I've only got.
He's playing charades. It's Christmas time.
Classic Wayne internet.
I think his computer suffers from John Hamerism.
I've never known a man to have such a poor internet connection.
Yes, well, I think
Well,
we call it John Hamerism, you know. And by the way, can you pass my regards on to John and say sorry I haven't been in touch, but the real reason is I'm a lazy git. Okay, so just at least I'm bleeding honest about it, you know.
we've got Mark Devlin coming up as well in January.
Now he is a crowd puller, but the thing is, I think both
Fantastic.
John and Mark on YouTube, it'll just be good evening, Mark, and that'll be it. Really, I think there'll just be censored.
We've got Mark on the 27th of January, and then we've got Nathan in February, and we've got Andrew Johnson in February.
Wow! And
Busy,
by the way,
busy month.
do you live very close to the coast where you are?
Yeah,
That's
it's only
nice.
10 miles from the coast. Andrew Johnson loves us taking a trip to the coast. Yeah.
He's
Yes.
invited to the church again, Alan Watson.
Oh yeah. He loves going to the church under the spire in Bensham. He loves that, isn't he?
Is he a regular church goer, or is he interested in the
No,
other
no,
ones?
it's
Tell me about the gates at Grey.
it's near where the Gateshead Grey. Have you ever heard of the UFO, the Gateshead Grey story?
No.
Richard D. Hall. It's on YouTube. The Gateshead
Oh.
Grey. So Ben took us there. So then I took Andrew Johnson, and this was the church where they buried they hid the body of the alien.
For 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, is that the one during World War II or something?
Yes, yes,
That was it, where a policeman saw one.
yes.
Yes, that's the one. But any updates on Richard D. Hall? I know he's done another video, hasn't he?
He's done a video. Yeah, have you watched it?
No, I've watched the video.
Yeah, because
Hasn't put anything
I get them
up.
sent. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
Because I hope that all the charges will be dropped against him. I doubt it, but they're just going to keep him on, I think. Oh, he's going to go.
Yeah.
Wayne's just disappeared again. I think got a bit of trouble. Oh, hang on, here he comes. Excuse me a minute.
Merry Christmas.
Hello,
everyone.
Wayne.
Hello, Chris. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, I'm struggling with the connection here. So,
Okay.
uh,
Well, I'll leave you on the phone. How's that?
I'm struggling with the sound and with the picture. I've lost you altogether now, but yeah, anyway.
Don't worry. We mentioned John Hamer, you see. And when you mention John Hamer, your computer goes up the spout. Your computer is actually in sync with his computer. So I think that's the reason why. Anyway.
Hopefully I'll be getting a new device within the next week or so, but until then we'll just have to plod on. So I'm sorry.
That's
about
right.
that.
Oh.
Well, I'll leave the phone open, so you know you can come in when you want, and you're part of the team here. So you know, and actually it eases our bandwidth because we're at that sort of maximum bandwidth at the moment. So that might not be fully your computer. It might be the bandwidth. So who knows? You know. Now it says here we've got here Stephen Truth Seeker says I have to use water filter. So there we go. Hang on. Let's join
I use one of those, you know, them big distillers.
Yes.
Strips everything out of it though, so you've got to kind of rebalance the pH levels and put minerals back into it, which is
Yeah, you just put some Himalaya salt in, don't you?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, with a bit of lemon juice as well. Hopefully that'll do the trick. But,
Is that one of the gravity filters, Nathan?
It's the one that I was using was a mega home distiller, but it caught fire, so I had to replace it recently. So yeah, no, safe safe equipment. But it's a big pot thing. I'm trying to like that, and you fill it up with a couple of liters of water. It takes about 4 hours to completely cleanse it.
Yeah.
And it is. I've tested it with water test and stuff and everything like that. It strips everything out. Tastes different as well, but it was a trick. So
the one that people rave over, which I really don't care much for, is the Berkey. I don't care much for it because it doesn't filter everything out. In my view, is what I've found. But Zero by far is the best. And if I buy a year job lot, and it works at about £12 a filter. Then if you buy them individually, they're about £20 a filter. But the thing is, where I am, it's a very high line scale, and as I say, it's about 340 parts per million. And people say, "What is the parts per million?" Well, I wish I knew. It's a mystery. But I've actually found that there's a big debate on about Himalayan rock salt because some people are pro salt and some people are anti salt. Now, Miles, the chap who runs the health shop, he's anti salt. Now, you read other areas, so you look on YouTube, and people say, "Oh, you need salt. It's good for you."
You need salt.
So, my view, I'm pro salt, but Himalayan, not crappy table salt, which is then all that's good for is, I don't know, keeping ice off your step and cleaning glass with. That's what it's fit for. I mean, they don't put it in food, you know.
Well, do you know that table salt's supposed to be the second most fluoridated product in England?
It has.
Just regular table salt. It's got a high content of fluoride in it.
It has, yeah. It's got some kind of fluoride or some kind of ingredient, something nasty in it. It says on the side, it says ingredient salt, and then this nasty chemical name next to it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
I just use it for cleaning glasses, not these glasses, but you know, your drinking glasses and pots and pans. If you get very, very grimy pots and pans, it's fantastic for cleaning grime off. You know, say you get some burnt in things like you're frying sausages or something. That's very, very good. You know, for that type of
good
cleaning.
for killing slugs.
Oh yeah,
that's what I use it for.
Yeah, but trouble is, if you like the French and you eat them, you know, it's a bit too salty, don't they? You know.
Don't be giving Billy ideas. You know, as insects is one thing, but slugs is. I'm not doing that.
No.
Now, Stephen Trusecker says he gets 4 weeks out of his.
Yeah, that's about average.
Yeah, I'm up to 7 weeks now, with doing this decanting method. So it, you know, it works. If you're as tight-fisted, get like me, you know, it does work. And then we got here Pandora Chaser 2. Merry Christmas to all folks. Chris said he had a show I only went and fell asleep post food, laugh out loud.
That's
Oh,
the
wait,
trouble.
right.
You just want to sleep after your big dinner.
Well, I generally send people to sleep anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Now, it says here, if I don't change that filter after 4 weeks, I'll start getting ill. Well, mine's up to 4 parts per million, and when it goes up to 6 or 7, sorry, no, it's hovering between 6 and 4, and when it goes up to 10, then I change it. So I actually test it every day. So it has a fishy taste when it goes off. So you certainly you've got to be careful with it. I met Andrew in Belinda's house in 2006.
Who's Andrew?
Andrew Johnson.
Oh, Andrew Johnson. Who's Belinda?
Who's Belinda?
Oh, you sound dead jealous there. Who's Belinda? Oh.
Now we got
Andrew Johnson.
is Wayne still on dial-up? No, I think that he's got a hamster on a wheel. I think that runs round, or is it? Is it steam?
I've always said Andrew Johnson's my favourite. Haven't I, Nathan?
You won't tell John here.
What's that?
You say that to all the best ones.
The last time I seen Andrew Johnson, I said to him, "Oh, you've got competition," because I says I've met somebody else who's coming up favourite, right? Daniel Thompson Mills. He's so cute.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's gold.
Behave, Maureen.
Oh, he's lovely.
I think you're a Duke from Kent.
Sorry, Wayne, you were saying.
Fergus O'Connor Greenwood's brilliant.
His stuff's fantastic.
What did you say, Nathan?
No, just Fergus O'Connor Greenwood.
Oh, there you go, Chris.
Oh my, the host's gone.
Oh, I'm back again. Yeah, I've got to be dark period now. What was that you said, Wayne, about your phone? Is it a hamster on it?
Everything works off the gas.
Oh, it's gas. Gas powered.
Right.
Yes.
It's working on.
What kind of gas?
Am I the only one with
Some Himalaya, yeah.
the only one with a Christmas tree?
Yeah, you're the only one with a Christmas tree.
The only one with one in the
Don't do
background.
Christmas.
Mine's 2 floors below me.
But you've got hats and bloody jumpers on.
I don't do
I don't do
Christmas.
Christmas. I'm going to dress up like an
Yeah, but no, I've actually got. You see, this is the traditional one. That's Fred the spider plant behind me.
Yeah.
And people don't realise. You see, that is the original Christmas tree, and if you believe that bullshit, you believe. Isn't that right, Chris? That is the traditional.
Don't drag me into your
Norwich
honestly.
Christmas tree. You see, the Norwich people for years have used a spider plant. So I thought, well, as Chris is coming on, I'll put Fred the spider plant there.
He doesn't look too convincing.
No, I'm not, mate. I'm not.
Look at it, dude. Oh, it's a baby
nice
Christmas tree.
Very festive.
Oh.
I see you're raising your wood there. Sorry, your tree. Yes. So we've had a nice of you erecting your tree.
The tone was set, mate, at 6 minutes in, so it's fine. Yeah, you set the tone very, very early on. So.
Wayne, what's that picture on your wall with the?
It's a tarot card.
It looks like a tarot card.
It looks like it's of a tarot card. The Red Riding Hood one with the red cape. High Priestess.
Which one is that then? Is that the two of? Or is it?
Looks like it. I don't think it is.
Wayne, your picture on the wall. What is
The
it?
red.
The tarot card one.
What's that one?
Your picture on the wall with the
Behind
red.
you. It's behind.
It's behind you. It's behind you.
Next to that, the High Priestess card.
High Priestess.
The high.
Oh, it's the
Priestess.
High Priestess.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, you've got some interesting artwork behind you. I like it.
Yeah.
Very curious stuff.
Thank you.
Do you read the tarots, Wayne?
But he like, no.
I do. We were going to do that on a show coming up, weren't we? When we had
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Yes.
Well, someone's got giggles over there.
My favourite card is the Magician.
Oh.
I think I love the Magician card.
Empress.
Magic.
Magic. Expect the unexpected.
We were saying also that this time of the year is Saturnalia, and I said I was on the phone yesterday that it's to do with Satan, and you said no, it isn't. So can you clarify that for our viewers, please, Wayne?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of conflicting information. I think the jury's out, but the whole idea of I mean, in different cultures around the world, you have this thing which David Icke talks about, don't you? Where some people talk about archons and demons or the jinn or things like that. But I think, but this idea of one deity which is like purely evil, that's very much a Christian concept. Because most gods are normally seen as neutral. They're not really, they're not generally seen as God things aren't generally seen as good or evil. They're generally seen as neutral. So this idea that you've got this Satan which is purely evil, that I think is very much of a Christian concept. You mentioned the Saturnalia, didn't you?
Yes, Roman, wasn't it? Roman festival, yeah. Saturnalia.
Saturnalia, which is, which as you said is connected to the planet Saturn. But the planet Saturn, I just checked this today. I mean, Saturn is actually generally to do with restrictions and discipline, which, if you think about it, is the opposite of what people would think Satan was to do with. And the strange thing is, the Saturnalia of the Romans, obviously that was anything to do. That was completely the opposite of discipline.
Yeah.
So they were
feasting.
Saturnalia because the Romans, apparently, even though it didn't really come across that much, did it? Were supposed to be very much into discipline and into rule. And they worship the god of Saturn, and the planet Saturn, connected to the Saturnalia. But they took the Saturnalia as an opportunity to let go of all that discipline and to kind of let their hair down and have a good time. And that idea, I think, is all corners of the world. Well, not all corners of the world necessarily, but certainly in the Western world, we have the Yule celebrations over here, don't we? Traditionally, and obviously Christmas, and all of these celebrations are to do with letting our hair down if we have any hair, Chris. We haven't got a lot of hair. And having a good time. So it's almost like letting go of those restrictions and that people have had throughout the year. I think that's one of the ideas behind it. And also at this time of year, it's like the end of harvest time. So these celebrations are meant to be very much to do with the end of harvest and the return of the sun as well. So
it's a regeneration cycle.
As the sun comes back, and tying in with the idea of celebrations and laying hair down and having a good time. The funny thing is, this time of year as well is historically was very often was usually the time when people would slaughter the cattle, so they wouldn't have to feed it throughout the winter. And apparently, wine and beer is normally fermenting this time of year as well. So this is one of the few times of the year where most people a lot of people are actually able to have some meat to eat and also have something to drink as well, which is obviously a convenient for any celebrations, isn't it?
That's interesting because things are corrupted along the way. Yes, please.
Oh, can I be on this one, please, Maureen?
Yeah. Can I have the strawberry one as well, please?
That's my favourite.
Chris, just before you come back on that, mate, I'm gonna bail now. I've done an hour, and I promised the missus I wouldn't do too long, so I'm gonna go and spend some time with her because we've been gallivanting about all day.
Oh.
And I'm gonna wish you all Merry Christmas, Wayne. I hope you had a good day, mate. And I'll speak to you sometime soon.
And
yes,
also,
mate, I'll send you one as well, my friend, in the next couple of days.
We're going to do a gardening special with Chris in the new year.
Yeah.
And we're also going to do survival as well. And I think Chris will be interested in that one. This is to do with our survival guide, which MRE, how to do make your DIY MRE. What am I talking about? Meal ready to eat.
Yeah, MREs, meals ready to eat.
Yeah. And you can do your own one. They're normally 30 to 40 pounds to buy, and I can probably do it for about two or three quid.
That'll be interesting.
So
on that note, I'm going to leave you now. Love you, Chris. And leave you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care. Cheers.
It's a pleasure.
Bye. Always.
But what's happened to Ben Emlyn-Jones? I thought he was coming on.
No, Ben's not coming on. No,
maybe there's too many of us in there because I'm going to bail as well, unfortunately.
Oh, we're going to bail as well. Sorry.
Oh, we can't all leave him.
I was waiting for Dave coming so he could have a bit chat. He hasn't come. Our Dave.
Hey, just before I do go, I don't suppose Steve's there with you, is he?
With us?
Yeah, Steve James.
No, never seen him for ages.
Because I'm thinking the stuff that Wayne was on about there, I think that's kind of right up Steve's avenue, and he does a very good
Saturnalia, definitely.
Yeah. So, maybe introduce Steve to Chris. I think that'd be an interesting one. A very interesting one, actually. I've got a very high opinion of Steve and his work. He's very good. So,
hang on, Wayne's just. What's that, Wayne? Sorry.
I was going to say I have to tip a nod to Eric because to be honest, until Eric mentioned it to me the other day, I'd completely forgotten about the Saturnalia. But so he had to.
You take me just
my memory there, and then I just.
But. No, I was going to say it's great. Thank you for everybody for coming on because it's really made making the evening. And of course, there's other guests that are going to be coming on that have been sent out. So so you'll be at this Steam Festival or Steam thing on tomorrow, which is
Tanfield.
I hope the weather really does last out.
I'll be serving the sweet mince pies.
And of course, Nathan, you're on next week, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Next Monday.
I'll even be sober for you.
You'll be sober for me, yes.
Bye, Nathan.
See you later.
Bye.
Have a good Christmas, everyone. So I'm going to disappear as well. So, it's been a pleasure, and I hope everyone has a fantastic. Well, the rest of the day, as I would say in America, have it enjoy.
Dave just texted. He says he's just getting home. Are you online now?
Who's this?
Dave Cole.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I was hoping he would get here so he could come on.
You'll enjoy his stuff. Right. I'm gonna. I'll see you all later. Have a good one, and tell Dave I said hi.
Oh, okay.
All right.
See you next year, Nathan.
Bye. We'll have a chat before then, but I'll see you all soon.
But our viewers won't be able to see you till next year, will they?
That's true. That's
right.
And hopefully the channel's still going to be, but there you go.
Let's hope so. Keep our fingers crossed.
Have a good one. Merry Christmas.
Bye. Right, now we got some interesting.
Introduce me to the ladies, Chris.
I beg your pardon?
Introduce me to the ladies.
Oh, this is Maureen.
Hi, Wayne.
And
Hi, Maureen.
This is Wayne. I didn't introduce you because I'm doing our bit for National Ignorance Day.
So you didn't get it.
I know, but I can't get in there. Hello.
And they got
Lalo. That's my friend's dog.
Lalo.
There's a Lalo, and that's Tuco.
Tuco.
The Mexican drug dealers.
And the
That's
Mexican
Tuco. I've got 3 cats, but they've fled to the bedroom, I think.
Do they get on all right with each other?
Oh yeah. Well,
The cats just look at the dogs in disgust, think, what's them?
Because the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Flockham Hall is Roger Ring, the cat, and he's worried that the country's going to the dogs, you see. So, right, we got here Pandora Chaser 2 says 10 kilogram boxes of Himalayan. Hang on, we got someone coming on. Himalayan sports stores on eBay, food grade, but also for bathing. If you have a bath, costs about 12 quid. Good value. Well, I got my pounds. Seriously.
Yeah. I used to like Himalaya in the bath, but I haven't got a bath now. Just got a shower.
Now it says it. We got what about Celtic salt?
I think that's good as well, isn't it? The sea salt.
Sea salt. And there's also Morden salt, which is that's in about 30-40 miles from me, Morden, in Essex. Stig Morning is in New Zealand. Morning, Stig. Morning. And it's Boxing Day where you are, isn't it? And here we've got just coming on. We'll just say, hang on, just keep this. Salt is good for keeping bad spirits away. Yes, I bought some second-hand, very high-quality boots. They were almost new, but I put salt in them just to make sure there was nothing nasty in them. So, I never normally buy second-hand when it comes to boots, but these, they cost you about 300 or 400 quid if you went. It's not that. I'm going to buy partly, Anyway, we've got Robert coming on, who's upside down. No, he's sideways. No, here he is. Evening, Robert. The wage slave returns. Evening, Robert.
Good evening.
Happy do flop and all that, And
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Hi, Robert.
Merry Christmas, Wayne. Hello.
This is
Why,
Maureen.
Pet? You all right, Mike?
I'm all right,
Oh, Chris, Wayne, ladies, I cannot tell you how nice it is to be back into civilization. I've just returned from work. Am I Welsh?
Yeah.
Did you say Welsh?
Yeah, you sound Welsh.
No. I'm just sitting on a funny seat. That's all it is. No, I'm actually from Birmingham. I'm a native of the West Midlands.
Oh, you're a Brummie or a Yam Yam?
No, Yam Yams are from the Black Country. They're from the Black Country.
Right.
Yeah, so the Dark Continent, we call it. Yeah, but Wayne, it's lovely to be with you on this auspicious occasion or suspicious occasion. Nice. How have you been, sir? I think he's muted, Chris.
No, hang on. Here he's coming by phone.
Sorry, you're speaking to me.
Yeah.
I am. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not been an easy day. Christmas is on day. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm lonesome, Robert, but
yeah.
There's a chap that I read about in the paper.
Okay.
And his house was broken into, and he had his advent calendar stolen.
You're joking.
Did it? He got 25 days.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Classic. So sorry. Well, sorry, Chris. I was going to actually log on whilst at work, but I wanted to get out of the hells of the devil's crotch or armpit, as they call it down there in Mayfair. So I'm so glad to be back in North London in civilization.
Well, when you're at work, there's a sort of a tension there. I've always found that. And when you're out of that tension, things can relax a bit more because there's always that level of stress at work, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's more of a question of it's not really an office, Chris. So it's they're managed apartments, and we're fully booked at the moment. So there's no real place I can go, and it really is upstairs, downstairs. It's the place where they put the staff is steerage class in comparison to where the talent resides. You know,
But I should think
so
London is dead, isn't it now? I mean, Christmas, I should think there's nobody around. It's just as empty as anything.
There are a few places open. I mean, I work around the corner from Oxford Street, so and around the corner from Bond Street Station. So it's not. They were disappointed, our Saudi visitors, that we weren't open at Christmas. You know, and I said, "Have you never heard of the Crusades? Do you remember what that was all about?" You know, come on, you know. So. So they've a lot of them have delayed their flights so they could get an extra bit of shopping in. So I don't know if you ladies are shopaholics like a lot of other ladies, but we had one guest come in yesterday that had no less than 15 suitcases.
Oh, I like charity. I like a bargain.
Same here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, and it's all relative, I suppose, as well. It's one man's cast off can be another man's gold, I suppose. But
and I'm always giving to charity shops. So
well, what I do, I mean, what I tend to do now, folks, is the stuff that gets left in lost property. I mean, they're obviously leaving it there; then they're never coming back for it. So things like clothing, I take to my local charity shop. I've got a trunk full of it in the car, so I'm going to take that the next available day when the charity shop is open. So I try to sort of pay it forward, if you like. But it's surprising the amount of things that these people leave. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. I mean, they leave things because they cannot fit them in their suitcases.
Expensive things.
You know, yeah, very expensive. Some of them, yeah. So but there's a lot of cheap garbage as well mixed in with it. It's a really funny balance that they have, these people. But yeah, so it's been a journey, Chris.
Yeah, it has been, but it's quite interesting where people leave things behind because up near me there was a detached house, and this happened about 10 years ago. As a family lived there, and they lived with their elderly parent. This little old lady used to sit outside and wave to people as they walked past, and because it's quite rural. And then I heard because there was a shop opposite. It was like a little village shop. And the woman in there told me, because it was a bit of gossiping, she said, well, actually, they got the old lady, because I didn't see her for a while. They put the old lady into a granny dump, i.e. an old people's home. And then this couple, they sold the house and made a fortune out of the land, which they built an estate on. And they literally took off, I think, to Spain and just left everything there. And when the builders went in to dismantle it, they were walking out with televisions, even an album of wedding photos they'd left behind. They just literally walked away from it. Unbelievable.
It's that happens. That happens a lot in offices as well. You've worked in offices before, I suppose. Maybe you have as well, Wayne, or maybe ladies. Maybe you get people. Yeah, I mean. I'm. Oh, you do? Okay, I thought you'd been gracefully retired, but obviously.
Well, thank you. I am 66.
You look so relaxed. Oh, right. That's a good innings.
What's that, Wayne? Sorry.
Sorry. I worked in restaurants before I went into the mind, body, spirit field. The only office I've worked as a financial consultant for about a year, and that's the only office. That's the only time I worked in an office.
Right.
I lasted about 12 months.
I was just going to say, it didn't break your spirit, did it, Wayne?
I didn't do what?
It didn't break your spirit.
It didn't break your spirit, did it?
was it was tough, you know. A lot of cold calling and knocking on doors, and it was.
That culture is, it's spiritually dead, isn't it? That culture, and coming from somebody of your background, and people like Stephen the Truth Seeker, and people like that have been used to being sort of not used to, but are empathetic to the spiritual side, and actually perhaps somewhat vulnerable. Did you feel a different vibration there, Wayne, when you worked in that sort of sales culture?
I don't know, to be honest. It was, such a long time ago. No, not particularly. I mean, I've always been the same, you know. No, not particularly, but yeah. Working today, actually.
Yeah, it was working today. Yeah, working today, 8 till 8. It was.
We should probably mention. Should mention that bearded one, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we, Chris?
What, Santa Claus?
Yeah, that chap. Is he
Well, we were talking about salt actually, in chat.
Has he brought anyone any? Has he brought any presents for anyone?
Well, he missed the joke at the front in the beginning, which I'll probably get banned for. But anyway, what I was going to say is, yes, the Japanese, we're talking about salt, would leave a heap of salt outside their front doors to stop evil spirits into their homes. Yes, I use salt, but things sort of similar.
So that must be where, Chris, throwing it over your left shoulder with your right hand comes from. You're throwing it in the devil's eye, yeah.
I bought some boots. Army boots were very expensive, and you can get.
You were
them,
telling me about, I heard you saying about this. Yeah,
they're almost new, but they might have been, but you don't know whether they might have been worn once or something like that. But they're almost new, but you get them for about a third or a quarter of the price you'd normally pay for. So what I do, I put salt in either one of the shoes, just in case there's something nasty in there, you know, because I do believe that there are evil spirits.
Right. What you could do also, sorry, Wayne, carry on, mate.
Sorry, you're saying, Wayne?
Yeah, you can sprinkle a line of salt across your doorway or across the driveway, to protect against negative and against trespassers as well.
And snails and slugs. And what do you do? What about you, ladies? Maureen? It's something up in Newcastle, which was traditional.
Well, I've got a friend who she did like a witchcraft course for a year, and she used to say if you had if you wanted protection in your house, from say you had bad neighbours, she believed in planting red plants outside your door, and that sort of it's sort of like a line of protection.
Maureen, by red plants, do you mean something like tomato plants or poinsettias, but anything with red on it?
Geraniums.
Oh, right, red flowers, you mean?
Red flowers, yeah.
I see, right. Okay, righty-ho. Okay, it's interesting. But I would have thought... sort of... Sorry, Maureen, Karen.
Waving sage, like
sage.
Waving that about sort of thing.
Yeah, I've heard about the sage thing, but Wayne can throw a bit of light on this. I've always associated with red with the devil and vampires and evil, and the inside of Dracula's cloak being red velvet or whatever, or red satin. Is there some significance in that way? Colours being associated with evil.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry. The colour red.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colour red. Yeah, red. Red's the planet Mars. So Mars is associated with the color red. Love is associated with the color red, but more of a physical, more of a sexual love. Red is also, as it's connected with Mars. Red is to do with action, energy, willpower, wars, battles.
I was just going to say aggression. Yeah.
In the more Eastern culture, it's connected with money, but that's but in most parts of the world, there's not particularly a money connection there. But it's but it can be quite positive. It can be quite positive.
I mean, blood's red, so I mean it's the life force, passion, and I mean red roses on Valentine's Day. It's the most popular colour, roses, isn't it?
What about green though? Because my aunt and uncle and relatives had this superstition about green. And my parents sort of, don't have green. Oh, you've got to be careful of green. And there's a certain shade of green. And I'm wondering whether that came from Victorian wallpaper that had arsenic in it, and it made people ill.
Right, of course, yeah.
And it might it's green flop wallpaper, but does anybody else know what it is? Do you know, Wayne, about the colour green? It doesn't bother me.
Green is Venus, the planet Venus, and it's one of the earthly colours, along with brown and occasionally brown, green, and occasionally black. All those colours are associated with the Earth. Venus, as I said, which is also harmony. That's associated with green and with Venus. Nature, obviously. I've got the tree here. You see my tree? It's not a real tree. The Christmas tree. All trees are associated with nature, and the evergreen trees, which are the Christmas trees. The evergreen trees are immortality. That's the main behind the evergreen. The main symbol behind the evergreen trees, immortality, and they were used in Christmas trees were used in ancient Egypt. They were used in pagan times, and the evergreen trees were first used by the Christians in the 16th century, and it was apparently the German Lutherans. The first Christmas tree that was used by the Christians was the German Lutherans in 1539, who put a tree in Strasbourg Cathedral. Went off topic a little bit there, but so you've got lots of quite positive associations.
My mother's favourite colour was green, and she always said it was God's colour because, like you said, nature, the green grass, green trees, and I always think of it as a healing colour. And I mean, when you see paramedics, are they not dressed in green?
Yeah. It is. It's definitely a healing. In fact, when people see auras, they very often see green associated with healing. Sometimes when people are actually doing healing, sometimes a green aura can be seen around them, I heard.
It's very restful. I know that it rests the eyes, doesn't it? And
blue as well. Blue's a healing colour.
Blue's a healing colour, yeah.
Blue,
but certainly green.
Yes. But we got an interesting one here. It says, I like the this is Pandora chapter 2. I like the Santa Claus as a magic mushroom theory of Aminatia, I can't pronounce it, mascara fly.
Aminatia musicara.
Toadstool.
Agaric toadstools, it says here.
Is that because the Rangers used to eat the magic the mushrooms with the white spots on, red mushrooms with white spots, and I think that's where the
toadstools,
were high.
This sounds disgusting, but it's true. Do you know that's where the word pissed comes from? Because I used to drink the pee from the shamans and go on a trip because I ate the funny mushrooms. Yes, makes a lot of sense from shamanic cultures and various religions of entheogenic revelations.
Entheogenic, yeah.
Entheogenic.
It's funny, Wayne, you were talking about colours and favourite colours, and Maureen's touched upon it as well. My favourite colour has changed, actually. It's changed from red to blue. When I was a young sort of whippersnapper and a junior minister, certainly without any sort of portfolio, barely had shoes, but I love red, everything red. And then it changed to blue as I got older. Is there a significance in that?
Yeah,
my friends just said Santa Claus used to be green, and it wasn't it Coca-Cola that changed it to red?
that's right, St. Nicholas.
Yes,
and
you're quite right. Yeah.
Yes, and also the he had white beard. That was the Wayne. That was the animator. The illustrator of Coca-Cola. That was a self-portrait. That's what he looked like.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne.
You're talking, Wayne, about the significance of colours and favourite colours.
My favourite colour is yellow.
Mine's green.
That's nice. Yes.
The nice bright colour.
Mine changes. I mean, my father's was red. He loved red. Red everywhere. Mine used to be red. And it's blue. Yes, I like yellow. It's I like all colours actually. Apart from there's a few. I mean, I don't like sort of mauve very much. So, hello, Roxy. Oh, the doggies have gone, have they?
No, they're asleep.
They're asleep.
Oh, I see. And so, actually, Roxy, that is a surname Music. Roxy Music. Remember
Roxy Music. There's a joke. What's asleep?
Just here, charity shops near me won't accept any more stuff as they're overloaded. Blimey, must live in
That's interesting.
Well, if they lowered their prices, they would get rid of the stuff quicker, and then they would have room for stuff. But they're so frightened that
I would like to
on eBay, aren't they?
I would really like to make a little bit of investigation as to where the money actually goes from these charity shops.
Well, the chief exec probably gets over 100 grand. Yeah.
Quite easily, yeah. I used to work in charity fundraising, and we used to have a very quite well-heeled CEOs. Sorry, I'm moving around. I might have to duck out and get something to eat if you don't mind, but it's it's lovely being back in the fold again, even for a short time.
Or on Santa's naughty
Great to see you. It's great to see you, Robert, and you're looking well. And
thank you.
And well, Christmas is almost over now, so we'll say let's look forward to a really fantastic New Year, shall we?
Yes. Well, let's look forward to a really great tomorrow and just keep repeating it.
That's an even better idea, isn't it? That really.
I think so.
I think.
And on that note, I'm going to bid you good night.
Good night, Robert.
Wayne, it's lovely to meet you. Robert. Maureen, Chris, take care of yourselves.
Lovely meeting you, Robert.
Bye-bye. Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. This has been a great show because we're having all different people on, and this is how it was originally planned. Now, Pandora Chaser 2 says green, red, and white of Christmas is the pine tree, and fly a Gerrick, what's this? A Gerrick shroom beneath. Even Christ was depicted as a mushroom, or the fruit of the Eden trees, apple, was really a shroom, so believe. Because I know that Christmas trees were only introduced by Albert, King Albert.
The German, yeah.
German, yes. And what have I missed? This is Stig. Good morning there.
There's a good book called The Golden Bough, and it tells you how the Christmas, how they incorporated the pagan traditions to convert to Christianity, sort of thing.
Well,
I should have mentioned the Saturnalia ran from the 17th to the 25th. And what they did, like they've done with many dates, is they wanted to wean people onto Christianity away from the pagan festivals. So they had the idea of introducing Christmas on the 25th, which is the last day of the Saturnalia. But as you rightly mentioned the other week, Chris, scholars, most scholars believe that Christ was probably born around about Easter time, which is what you said, wasn't it? Santa Claus actually comes from, I don't know if you know, Santa Claus actually comes from the Dutch Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas, which is Dutch for Santa Claus, which is Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas, Sinterklaas, Santa Claus. And Saint Nicholas was a Turkish monk in the 3rd century who came into vast wealth apparently, and later in life he travelled the countryside and gave money to the sick and looked after the sick and gave presents to the children. And it's from that monk who became Saint Nicholas. That's where the tradition of Father Christmas is thought to have come from.
It's like hanging up the socks or the stockings, isn't it? Was it they used to hang them outside the windows or something that I heard? And they used to put little.
I don't know where that comes from. I know the boxers, the Boxing Day. That apparently comes from when they used to give the servants boxes with little gifts in on the day after Christmas. I heard.
Oh yes, I think that's right. And also, it's like the word given the sack. What it was is they gave someone a sack to put all their tools in and leave. That meant go. So if they didn't like a labourer, they'd give them a sack to put all their tools in and clear off. That's what I heard. But there's a lot of these traditions now. When you look at Christmas now, I mean, a lot of people, especially where in Newcastle area, they used to, as late as the Edwardian period, used to get married on Christmas Day because it's the only day they had off.
Yeah,
And
some of my ancestors got married on Christmas Day.
I did as well. Yes, and that was and it's because that was the only time they had off long holiday because they didn't get paid holidays. When you think about it, there's only paid holidays that came in, I believe, after World War II with the welfare state. Before then, you didn't get paid holidays, so people didn't go on holidays so much. It's only the rich that could afford them. So it's surprising. And the Christmases that we have now are an American invention. They're not European at all in many ways. The turkey comes from America. When you look, it's a kind of Hollywood type thing. And again, the Christmas tree is very, very new. When I say new, it's from mid-Victorian times. So, quite amazing. We've got some.
Dave's outside. You'll get to meet Dave.
Sorry, what's that, Wayne?
Dave's coming in.
Yeah, sorry.
I said the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree has been used since. The Christmas tree has been used for celebrations at this time of year since pagan times.
Yeah.
Apparently introduced it in the 16th century.
Really, I didn't know that.
They have been used.
I'm going to make Dave a cup of tea.
That's quite interesting. And we've got here, what's it? They hung mushrooms in the stockings, either on the trees or above the hearth fire to dry. The magic mushrooms, which the shaman had delivered to them. Good, bad list was if you got the presence of shroom.
He's at the back.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Thank you, Pandora Chaser. That's excellent. That's very interesting.
I'm just going to try and find Dave so he can have a chat to you.
Okay. Now,
Have a chat with Dave. Oh, there's the door.
Dave. No, the funny thing is that when you look at Christmas itself, it is a hodgepodge of all different ideas and views and things like that. But that going back to Coca-Cola, yes, it is a modern thing, 1930s. As I say, when you look at Christmas cards before the 1930s, it always showed you a man eating green, not red. Yeah.
You sit there, I'll make a cup of tea.
I'm not sure he was known as Father Christmas. It was St. Nicholas, I think, before then. I'm not sure if Coca-Cola invented Father Christmas.
Saint Nicholas,
Oh.
or Santa Claus.
Yes.
It's all the thing like Father Christmas,
Oh, you're shivering.
We always said Father Christmas.
Because of Dave.
I've been standing next to Father Christmas when I was about 6.
What's that?
Right, here you are, Dave. I'll leave you with Dave for a bit. I'm going to make my cup of tea. There's Dave.
Hello there.
Hello, Dave.
All right then.
Very pleased to meet you. This is Wayne.
Wayne, how are you doing, Wayne?
Oh,
And
cup of tea, Dave.
this is me. This is Fred the plant behind me. And I don't think Maureen and Dawn need any introduction. I just better mention, I've been a naughty boy on YouTube, so I've got to be careful not to say tit or bum or anything because they might ban me. So we've got all the things ready. So
Wait. I don't think that the conversations are going to go that way, is it really?
Yeah. So we're very, 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 very careful. But very nice to meet you. We're doing a Christmas special
thank you very much.
And we've just been talking about Saturnalia and how Christmas is really a lot of it is a modern invention from America, and turkeys are from America. All these different things, and I think that it's traditional in this country to have goose. People eat goose, and there's the goose fairs. So it wasn't really traditional to eat turkey because nobody had heard of turkey over here, And hello, we got something here from Pandora Chaser 2 again. We got. It is also theorized that the Christ or claws is the ascent or descent of the spine of the anointed. Sacred Christos oil of the
cerebrospinal fluid to the solar plexus, the sun plexus.
And then it's ancient or
ascent to Golgotha.
Yes,
I think a lot of stuff has its origins in the human body.
Yes, and Chris the Gardener said no paid holiday for me. No, and there's no paid holiday for me because I was self-employed as well. So I don't get any paid holiday. But no, it's Maury was saying it might be interesting if you'd like to come on the show one day. Because it's on every week, every Monday.
By all means.
Gets a bit smutty occasionally, but I mean, of course, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mention anything smutty. I mean,
Dawn wouldn't put up with that.
Out of my mouth.
There's no smut around.
Did Dawn pull you up for that?
For what?
For being smutty?
No.
Me smut never.
Tells me off all the time.
You tried to call Madonna.
All right. Oh, she was.
Trying to call Madonna.
Did you have a goose today, Chris?
No answer, that is it.
All right, here's my tea.
There's your tea.
Thank you.
Right, do you want a mince?
So actually, I was in Tesco's the other day and they got goose fat for sale. Does that mean there's a load of overweight goose that are having all this liposuction? What is your particular area, Dave? What do you want?
No, thank you.
Just offering them a mince pie.
If I want a seasonal mince pie, now where does that come from? The mince pie. That would be a good thing to talk about, wouldn't it? My special, I don't know. I fell into poetry just recently
Mhm.
because I'm surrounded by poets now. My joke is that they were like buses, weren't they? You know, you'd wait and like there'd be none come along, and then all of a sudden, like you're surrounded by all these poets. So I reluctantly fell into poetry, but I've always been interested in words, writing certain things, and I've worked on songs. I wrote some songs myself, protest songs and stuff like that. Some of them are quite controversial and that. But my background's always been I've been interested in health.
Yeah.
The workings of the human body, the physics of the human body, the psychology of the mind, and everything like that. I used to follow Eastern philosophies, well, I still do. I got into martial arts, Tai Chi, and all that, and
Don't mess with it, little chin.
so that's kind of like that. That's just a quick synopsis. Yeah, there's a lot
That's
more.
interesting because I'm very much into. I mean, I'm friends with a chap that runs a health food shop in Waltham Abbey, and he really knows his stuff. And I've had acupuncture and things like that, and I'm very interested in acupressure because the good thing about that is there's a lot on YouTube about it. And you know, oh, hang on, someone's wishing you a Merry Christmas. Do you know someone called Pandora Chaser too? Merry
No.
Christmas, Dave, and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Which
Pandora Chaser too. Thank you. God bless you. Seasonal greetings. No, whatever
And
your belief is.
you mentioned here, so Santa
Santa Claustrum, yeah.
It's the descendant of the fluid, yeah.
I do believe that that's where some of its origins is.
Santos Benici talks about that. And Mika Dank, he's on Facebook. Mika Dank.
Yeah, I do believe most of them have their origins, excuse me, to do with the human body and trying to reflect the heavens on Earth type of thing. And the whole kind of, you know, the dynamics of that. And I think they've just translated that into like the pagan stuff. Because the Druids knew all about that stuff, really. You know, the old religion.
That's interesting because you've got here hot cross buns are Mithraic, and represent the solar year and solar equinoxes, as does the Christian or Greek cross. That's very interesting. Thanks, Pandora Chaser too. You know, and we got Deb back. Hello, Deb, back again, in and out like a fiddler's elbow. Nice to see you nice. And g'day, B. Sorry, that's a terrible New Zealand accent, isn't it? That's Australian. I can't really do a New Zealand one. It's funny, isn't it? Was it? Steve. I tried to take off. What's his name? Who's that chap? I did for a joke last week. I tried to take him off. Can't think of his name. He was on I'm a Celebrity thing. I don't really watch the television, and he's from down south, like me, and you can't take off your own accent. He's got a very similar accent. I couldn't do it.
Joe Swash.
No. It was the Independence Party, was it? Oh, I can't think of his name. Nigel Farage. I couldn't do his accent because it's similar to mine. It's a home counties accent. You can't do your own accent, you know. Hello, Pandora Chaser's really going some tonight. Here he is. The famous Da Vinci Last Summer painting is the solar year with 4 sets of 3 zodiac disciples and 666 number of man on the ceiling's magic 6x6 square. It's very clear. Wow.
Yeah.
Of course,
Now-
everything here is perverted. It's back to front and upside down.
Inverted.
Inverted. Well,
That's
yeah.
right.
Unperverted. Well, it's perverted.
Oh, we go. Listen, I still need a poll about Chris's accent. Cockney.
To me,
I like a Cockney's accent.
Well, you need to actually go on to Spike Milligan, go onto YouTube, check in Spike Milligan, and put the Cockney tribe. And he did a brilliant one on the Cockneys, yeah. And now we got here, bloody hell, who's drunk all my tea? But no, it's funny. It seems like you and Wayne might be a good idea to put you all both on together, wouldn't it?
By the way, Stephen, I've only just realised that that you're the same. Stephen Truthseeker. I've seen you in comments a few times, so it's nice to meet you.
He hasn't been in comments, have you?
I haven't. No, I don't normally. Well, of course,
I've been in comments.
I've
Yeah,
only
you are.
got to know this show through Maureen, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not really one for commenting on pages, and I used to do more comments on Facebook, but I've kind of drawn back from that a bit. There's just too many idiots out there.
Well,
Oh, yes. People showing you their breakfast.
because we're admins of the Truth Seeker page on Facebook,
Yeah.
because we're the admins, if we get accused of being fake or false or something, then we could lose the whole group. So we've got to be very careful on what we put on. So I tend to just put the risky stuff on my page, because if anybody else puts any risky stuff, that's fine. I'll get told about it. But if it was me or Dave putting it on, we could lose the whole group. So we're careful what we put on anyway, aren't we? Because we've got 1,500 members, and we don't want to lose the group, do we?
And I have,
That's a big group.
I have posted some controversial stuff on over the years, and I've come close.
We'll speak about that afterwards, shall we? Because I'm on, I'm hanging by a thread by you.
Yeah. I've been warned, so now I don't bother, because I think honestly, if people want to find out about stuff, they will, and there's so much out there. Really, you pick your battles, and you follow the people that you want to follow, and
And we're on Twitter and Telegram and Rumble, So we're not just on
show
Facebook.
about frequency, though. The way frequency, it seems to be the law of frequency, and how people can radiate a positive.
Been on all me.
And, hello.
Jeez,
Are you sure you haven't put something in his tea? But no, it's surprising how people can radiate a positive or negative frequency. But we're just coming up to the end of the show now, because we've been on almost 2 hours.
Yeah, we've been on since 8 o'clock, haven't we?
And you probably want rid of these buggers, don't you? Really?
Yeah, he's sick of it. We've had the dogs with Santa Claus hats on, haven't we?
Have you not been on?
You've been on, yeah. She's been on. Oh, what's that mean?
Oh, it's Santa Claus. Here he is.
Oh, he's got his Santa Claus.
Oh.
He's been in that sledge since I was a kid. I was in Mum's Santa sledge.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
You know how much Santa paid for his sledge?
I don't know.
It was nothing. It was on the house.
Oh, really?
So when are you getting Wayne on talking about tarot cards?
Well, we're planning that, and
I'd love to hear that.
There's a lot planned for next year, which I can't go into
that'd be
this
great.
stage, because I always believe if you say too much at the beginning and it doesn't work out, So there's I'm planning something with Nathan, playing something with Wayne. We're going to do tarot cards in a certain plan. We hope to in a certain show we're going to do people's tarot cards. And there is also a possible radio show planned as well. So that is something that's in the pipeline for next year. And Wayne and Nathan and myself and we're all sort of, and a few people are in on it as well. We've got that planned. Well, anyway, I'd like to wish everybody.
Hang on a second, we'll get a photo. We'll just get a quick photo. Get in.
How's that going to work?
Hang on. You just, right. Hang on. There. Stay there.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's the evidence.
We're doing a law of attraction special, aren't we, Chris, as well?
That's right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
I think is in 3 weeks' time, touch wood, all about the law of attraction.
Yes.
That'll be the 5th. That'll be the.
If you don't mind me saying as well, we're still trying to do the pre-record, aren't we? Which we've
That's
tried
right.
a few times.
That's right.
There's another shameless plug here.
Well, Wayne, that'll be the 15th of January.
Secrets of the Paranormal, the director's cut. We're trying to pre-record that.
Well, that'd be great. I must watch that.
That's right.
That's Dawn's book.
A manifest a life of pleasure, advice and exercise to help you achieve a happy life. But what about if you want to be a miserable sod?
Yeah. Maybe I should write a book about that. Like,
well, I just hope everybody's had a happy day. And if you're on your own, you're not on your own, because there's lots of us are on our own.
Yeah.
And if you, that's all I hope is next year people find inner peace and happiness.
absolutely.
And let's wish
Cheers.
everyone happiness. And as I'm talking here, I'm spreading my time out because I'm looking for the outro, which I do every week, and it's somewhere here now. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Maureen. Thanks, and
see you both, and Merry Christmas to everyone at home.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and whatever happens, remember, have a bloody good laugh. And good night, and see you back here, all being well, YouTube allowing, next Monday, same time, same place.